What's going on, everybody? It's yours truly, Jay Smoothie, and I'm here to give you guys the wrap up for week number 3, and of course, give you the preview for week number 4. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? First up, hold on. Oh, here we go. The Browns beat the Steelers 29-17. I mean, that pretty much was pretty easy to predict. I would say the best part about uh, I would say the best part about this game, really, if you're just looking if you're looking for any sort of positive in this game, the only thing that was really worth evaluating was the fact that the Browns actually they look somewhat strong with Jacoby Brissett as the quarterback, and of course with Deshaun Watson still not there. Pittsburgh, of course, looking as weak as you can predict. Mitchell Trubisky's not the guy. In terms of what quarterback they want, he's not the guy. Uh, no, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm surprised they don't put in Kenny Pickett. I'm guessing Tomlin wants to wait until maybe mid-season, second half of the season to do it. But right now, it wouldn't hurt to do it because Mitchell Trubisky's not good. The Panthers defeated the Saints 22-14. Jameis did not look good. His back might be pretty bad after all, the way he claims. And of course, Baker Mayfield getting a big win. Christian McCaffrey, of course, banged up per usual, even with the limited reps he had. It's going to be tough for the Panthers moving forward, but at least they get a big win here. As far as the Saints go, they're gonna have to bounce back, especially if Jameis is hurt and they have to rely on Andy Dalton. That's gonna suck. So hopefully Jameis gets better soon for all these Saints fans out there. Let's see the Bears and Texans. The Bears won 23-20 in the battle of terrible teams. To be honest, neither one of these teams are a threat. The Bears only won because I guess one of these teams had to pull it off. Either that or would have been a tie. Best case scenario here for the Bears is that they become a spoiler team, if anything. I don't think they're going to go to the playoffs this year. It would be a miracle, but if they did, it would be pretty remarkable. They might have a chance to do something if they get there, but I don't know. It's going to be a long shot. As for the Texans, they have no shot of doing anything. The Colts beat the Chiefs 20-17, and this is the Colts' first win, much needed win, by the way. They really needed this one. I would say the worst part about this for the Colts, that is that if they were to, even though they're trending downward, a win like this helps them a little bit. They still have a long way to go before they can look like a team that can, be what they were expected to be, which was somewhat of a threat out in the AFC. The Chiefs, on the other hand, they looked out of function in this one. Eric Bieniemy was arguing with Mahomes, and unfortunately, that backed up a lot of the narratives surrounding him in the offseason as to why he was never hired as a head coach. And to be honest, I mean, hey, if you're at odds with your star quarterback, that's not a good look. And honestly, those sort of situations are why Mahomes kind of struggled. At least it added on to it anyway. If anything, Miami, of course, getting the upset win over Buffalo 21-19. Even though I picked Miami to win, still was considered an upset since they were the dog in this game. Poor clock management is what did Buffalo in here, because I'm pretty sure if they had a chance to score, they would have done it and won the game. But poor clock management did them in. Miami's looking super strong, stronger than they've ever looked. And going into Thursday night, I think it'll be an interesting matchup. If Tua plays, though, Tua did bang his head on the ground and he was taken out. And they put him back in there, but the league investigated that because he did suffer a concussion because he tried to walk and he ended up looking like a drunk person, just staggering everywhere. So hopefully Tua is okay to play tonight. If not, that's trouble for Miami because Matt Moore is awful. Somehow Minnesota won. No clue how they did it, but they did. They beat Detroit 28-24 in a game that seemed like it was out of reach for Minnesota, but they did complete the comeback. They got the big win. They got a last-minute touchdown pass from Kirk to Jefferson. I'm actually shocked Kirk Cousins got a game-winning touchdown pass, probably one of his only ones. They get a big win here. Detroit has some of their momentum slowed down a little bit after that big win against the Commanders the week before. And now I think they're coming back to earth. But we shall see. The Lions at least are scrappy. They gave up a lead here. They blew a lead here, but normally they're a team that's pretty scrappy. So we'll have to see what they do next week. And as for Minnesota, another team that's scrappy but inconsistent. And of course, as long as Kirk Cousins is your quarterback, he may not win anything significant. So we'll have to wait and see on that part. Let's see. The Ravens, they beat the Patriots 37-26. The Ravens needed that one after blowing the lead versus the Dolphins. And as for the Patriots, they were not looking too good in this one. They kind of fell apart on their own. Mac Jones also was injured in this game. His ankle was injured, so things are not looking good for the Patriots. They better strap in and hopefully have a plan of attack, because things are they're looking pretty vulnerable right now. Things are not looking good for them. As for the Ravens, unfortunately, they lost Michael Pierce for the year, another defensive piece. He's going to need bicep surgery and unfortunately, the bicep surgery he needs is going to end his season. They signed Jason Pierre-Paul, but it's clear that defense is starting to show some holes for the Ravens. They need some pieces and need them fast. The Bengals beat the Jets 27-12. Cincinnati now looking like at least looking good in this game. It was against the Jets. We'll have to see if it can remain consistent. As for the Jets, well, they're back to being what we thought they were and what they've always been, which is a punching bag for the teams. Let's see. The Raiders are struggling, man. Raiders are struggling bad. They lose 24-22 in a heartbreaker in a battle of teams that desperately needed a win. The Raiders are not looking so hot right about now. They're looking rather suspect. We'll have to see how long this lasts with McDaniels, because right now he's looking worse than Gruden at the moment, and that's not good. And that's not a good thing. Washington gets beaten up by Philly 24-8. Philly looking good, as well as Jalen Hurts looking like the real deal. Washington looking every bit as bad as you would expect, and of course, they proved that getting rid of Carson Wentz was a smart idea. The Jaguars beat the Chargers 38-10. This was pretty much a skull dragging by the Jaguars. We suddenly look good without that bum Urban Meyer. How about that? Even though it hurts Urban Meyer's soul and ego to see a pro team do better than him, at least he knows now that he's not cut out to be a pro coach. Hey, sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. The Rams beat the Cardinals 28-12. Very close game for the Rams. Heartbreaking loss for the Cardinals. Cardinals need a big bounce back win here to keep momentum. As for the Rams, look like they're going to start to gather it, even with some of the weapons going down. In the battle of two terrible quarterbacks, Mariota beat Smith 27-23. Very close game, as you would expect. Both teams pretty much in the rebuild mode and looking to collect wins in order to just make a statement for the future. Neither quarterback here looked like they were having a breakout game. They did good for what they're worth, but it's clear both these teams are not really going to go anywhere. Seattle's going to retool and rebuild for the future, and Atlanta's going to do the same. But still, nice display of two teams that will probably be a threat in maybe a year or two to come. Green Bay beats Tampa Bay 14-12. Tampa Bay gets their hearts ripped out of their damn chest. Of course, Tom Brady destroying tablets and destroying his own marriage at the same time, all while destroying the morale of the team on the field. It's not looking good for the Buccaneers. And as for the Packers, they keep rolling on with the hippie man. But we'll see how strong the hippie man is at quarterback. Denver beats the 49ers in one of the worst Sunday night games you can probably ever lay your eyes on. 11-10, low scoring, low action, low entertainment all around. Jimmy G is terrible, especially with that safety pick six he threw. Now giving Dan Orlovsky and Mark Sanchez some freedom after that terrible blunder. Not to mention Denver not looking too hot themselves, even with a win. Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson still not on the same page. It's not looking good out in the Rockies. And then of course the Monday Night Football game, Dallas and Cooper Rush win yet again, 23-16. Even though it was against the Giants, still crazy that a backup quarterback is winning more games right about now than some starting quarterbacks in the league. And of course, Jerry Jones loves the fact that he can start a quarterback controversy with this backup and Dak Prescott. Because let's be honest, he doesn't like Dak, doesn't want Dak to be his franchise, and he's been begging for a quarterback controversy. Andy Dalton didn't get it done. Whedon didn't get it done. But now Cooper Rush might be the guy to put the controversy ahead. So Jerry Jones is certainly in heaven. We'll have to see how this plays out, though. I can tell you now, Dak is certainly not happy about it. And with that being said, folks, it is now Week 4 time. Betting time. As always, going to give you my NFL picks, and then, of course, I'm going to give you my 4 NCAA dogs, like I always do. Bengals and Dolphins. If Tua is playing, go Dolphins. If not, go Bengals. All depends on Tua. That's the best way to handicap that pick. Let's see. Vikings and Saints. Give me the Vikings. The Saints are looking extremely shaky. If Jameis is as hurt as he says, then they're certainly in trouble. Andy Dalton is not going to be a game winner for that team or any team. Colts and Titans. Give me the Titans. The Colts are still shaky to me. They barely won against the Chiefs. I guess Vegas loves the fact they beat the Chiefs. The Titans suck too, but the Colts suck even more. So give me the Titans. Let's see. Browns Falcons. Ooh, give me the Browns. The Browns are still awful, but Atlanta is rebuilding for many years to come, so they're not going to win this game. I'm surprised that it was only handicapped at 1 in terms of just the spread. That's a little weird to me. But nonetheless, Cleveland is the move there. Eagles, Jaguars. Give me the Eagles, man. Hurts and the Eagles are going to continue to roll and continue to win. Certainly the pick to make. Gotta ride the hot hand while it's still hot. The Jaguars are doing good themselves, but not good enough to be chosen here. I think the Eagles will take it. Commanders, Cowboys. Oh, Cowboys are going to skull drag the Commanders. The Commanders suck. They're just as bad as their new team name is, unfortunately. So Dallas Cowboys will take it with that backup quarterback in Cooper Rush. Jets and Steelers. I will take the Steelers because, it's the Jets, obviously. So the Jets are now going to be everybody's punching bag, even when Zach Wilson comes back. Seahawks, Lions. I want to go Seahawks, but it's Geno Smith. The Lions do suck, though. But you know what? I'm going to go Seattle. Because Detroit is Detroit, and if there's a team that's going to be upset, the Lions are going to do it. They just blew a lead against their division rival, and that does not sit well with me. And usually when teams blow leads, I can't trust them. So, give me the Seahawks for the upset. +4. Give me the Seahawks for the upset. It's Jared Goff versus Geno Smith, so it's not like the quarterback battle is all that complicated or anything. They're both pretty bad. So if you flip a coin and pick a team, you'll be fine with either one. But I'm gonna go Seahawks for the upset. Ravens and Bills. Usually the Ravens don't do good as favorites. They do better as dogs. So give me the Ravens +3. Even though they're a terrible betting team half the time. But I'm going to go Ravens on this one. Even though the Bills are going to be motivated to win after being beaten up. Well, not beaten up, but losing to Miami in a heartbreaker by 2. They're probably going to come back with a vengeance. But I'm going to go with the Ravens just because it is at home. It is a home game for Baltimore. It's going to be a rainy game too. See, if it was snowing, I would favor the Bills, but it's going to be raining and in Baltimore. Give me the Ravens all day. Let's see, and yeah. Oh, for the upset. I'm gonna go Chargers on this one. This will be easy. Little disrespectful that it's only at 5 because the Texans are a horrible team, but yeah, Chargers bounce back after that L. Bears, Giants. I'm gonna go with the Giants. They're gonna bounce back after their L because the Bears are horrible. Panthers, Cardinals. Give me Kyler Murray. I think the Cardinals are going to bounce back against the Panthers. I don't know why the Panthers are actually a favorite in this game. Feels like Kyler Murray is destined for a breakout game, and he'll do it against that awful Panther defense. Let's see. Packers, Patriots. Give me the Packers. That's an easy one right there. Patriots are stuck in the mud and not looking good. The Raiders are actually favored. You know what? Give me the Raiders, man. I don't like the Broncos. They're too dysfunctional right now. Russell doesn't get along with Nathaniel, and that defense doesn't help him out. I'm gonna go. Well, they played pretty good last week, but they need to put some consistent weeks together. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders there for their big win. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs here. Of course, it's just a pick 'em. I'm gonna go, even though it's tough. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think Mahomes wins some of that revenge against Brady. Plus, Brady's life is deteriorating on and off the field. Let's see. And then, of course, is that Sunday night? Let's see, 6:20. Oh, I believe so. Yep, Sunday night. Monday night, Rams and 49ers. Wow. I am going to go with... I'm going to go with... I'll go with the Rams. Again, surprised that they're dogs here. Even though they won, Jimmy G is not looking good. And the 49ers are not worth the favorite pick. So I'm going to go with the Rams, the Chiefs, Broncos, Packers, Cardinals, Giants, Chargers, Ravens, Seahawks, Steelers, Cowboys, Eagles, Browns, Titans, Vikings, and you know what? Even though I said Tua dependent, I am going to go with Cincinnati, just in case Tua doesn't. Well, actually, no. I'm going to go Tua. I'm going to go to the Dolphins. If Tua's not playing, go Cincinnati. But if Tua is playing, I'm going Miami. That's the way I'm looking at it. Now, folks, time for the 3-piece in the biscuit college edition. I saw nothing but great matchups on the slate. Upcoming. Starting on Friday, it looks like. Let's see. I'm going to just scroll through and pick out 4 games that I like here. Let's see. If you want... Well, by the way, these are only going to be dog picks. I figured it'd just be easier to do dogs, you know. I'll say this. Middle Tennessee State has got something good. They're building up a good program. I'm surprised they're +4 against UT San Antonio. But I am going to go Middle Tennessee State as 1 dog. Let's see, they play Saturday at 5:30. Okay, so I'm going to go Middle Tennessee State. I'm going to go, let's see. Let's scroll down a little bit. So Middle Tennessee State. Let's go. I'm gonna go Kentucky. I'm gonna go for the Wildcats. Actually, no. Let's take Kentucky off. I'll just have Middle Tennessee State up there for now. Let's see, TCU. I just beat SMU. I don't know if I'm confident enough to pick them against Oklahoma, so we're going to fade them. Let's see. Which other way do I want to go? Louisville. Oh, of course, Louisville's a big favorite. When they were the dog, I got one right, one wrong. So not too bad. A lot of these spreads for this week, though, are pretty wide open. Let's see. Well, wide open meaning that the margins are pretty fucking wide. And with good reason. And folks, I think in this game, Oklahoma State, Baylor, you know what? I'll probably go Baylor on that one. Just thinking about maybe going the other way. Let's see, which way do we want to go with this? I see a good dog. Kansas up against Iowa State. So Middle Tennessee State at +4, and Kansas at +3. Kansas has a pretty good program this year, and after what Baylor did to Iowa State, I have a feeling that Iowa State's going to be one of those teams that loses to one too many dogs this season, especially after the way I saw them play on Saturday. I think Kansas could get them. So Middle Tennessee State and Kansas so far are the 2 dogs. I think both those dogs will pretty much be worth the pick. Not the over-under, but I think the spreads will be the safe move, I should say, for those. Third dog to join Middle Tennessee State and Kansas will be Mississippi State. Give me Mississippi State at -4. I think -4 is appropriate for this one. I think it's appropriate for this one. Give me -4 for the dogs. So Middle Tennessee State, Kansas, Mississippi State. And then for our fourth and final dog, let's go out west. Let's go out west. Let's see. Anything down here I want to do before I do that? Real quick. No. No, actually. Wait, I do. Number 1, Nebraska favored at 5. Indiana's not the best, but Nebraska fired their coach not too long ago, and that team's pretty much in the dumps. So Middle Tennessee State, Kansas, and Mississippi State, I think Indiana's worth throwing in there. So I'll go Indiana, Mississippi State, Kansas, Middle Tennessee State, and then I'll throw in one more. The one more I'm going to throw in California. I'll throw in Cali over the Washington State Cougars. I mean, the fact that the Cougars are only favored by 4 lets me know this is going to be a close game. And in a lot of close games for the Cougars, it's a lot of heart palpitations and a chance for an upset. So, Middle Tennessee State, Middle Tennessee State, Kansas, Middle Tennessee State, University of Kansas, Mississippi State, Cali, and then for the bonus, usually I do 4, but I'm going to do 5 this week. For my bonus, I'm going to throw Indiana into the fray there against the against the Cornhuskers, because Nebraska fired their coach after a terrible start, and they're not exactly going to turn it around and do anything spectacular, and the fact that they're a favorite is kind of a slap in the face to bettors. So Nebraska, so I'm going to go Indiana, California, Mississippi State, Kansas, and Middle Tennessee State. I think those are quality dogs to have for the week, and I know it's not going to be, with college, my picks have been very up and down. I started off a hot last couple weeks, been on the losing end, but one thing about a lot of these dogs is we're starting to learn more about these teams as the weeks go by, and it's going to be a little bit easier to decipher and pick out what we want to rock with and what we don't want to rock with in terms of bets. But I think this time around, I think we have enough info, at least this deep in the season, about 4 or 5 weeks in, to where I think we can actually do something here. Well, I think we actually, make some pretty good bets. So, just to recap on the college side, of course, the NFL side, I made those, but on the college side, we're going to go Indiana, Kansas, Mississippi State. Let's see, Kansas, Mississippi State. Hold on. So yeah, Indiana. Of course, California, as I scroll back up and pass it. Yeah, there it is. At +4. Of course, there's the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And let's see, Kansas I added. And let's get the final game. I want to lock in the final game real quick. So let's scroll back up. By the way, a lot of the spreads for this week are crazy. Not a whole lot of betting action. There's some, but nothing that really jumps out. Nothing that, has me like, oh, I gotta lock in on this one. But there's some good picks this week. Nothing too crazy though. Nothing too over the top. And then of course Middle Tennessee State over San Antonio. So Middle Tennessee. So those are the 5 dog picks of the week. You can put them all together. You can just sprinkle 1 or 2 in your parlays. These are my 5 best ones of the week. So you can do whatever you want with the info here. But this is the way I'm looking at it. And this is the way I think, this is kind of the strategy I'm going to go with those type of dogs. So I'm thinking these 5 are going to at least add a little bit to your parlay instead of taking away. Folks, that is it for me for the week. I I appreciate you all stopping by. It is yours truly, Jay Smoothie. I hope you all enjoy fights this weekend, because we have, I mean, not just the fights, but the football games this weekend, because college is pretty stacked up. NFL is pretty stacked up. Hopefully, some of the NFL matchups are better than last week. Some very weird ones. Some good games, but not as many as we're used to. Hopefully this time around things are better. College, a lot of mismatches this week. Maybe we'll get an upset or two. We'll have to tune in to find out. But hey, nonetheless, I'll be here to wrap it all up. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, I'm gone.